Dude, I think I smoked him, baby! Welcome back to another day here in the woods. We are on our fourth to last day today. We're back in the buck nest today. Kind of give you a quick summary where we're at so far this trip. We came up here, scouted around, figured out where the deer kind of like. Saw a lot of does and fawns, and then we happened to find these two basins that for some reason there's just always kind of new deer in there. It's thick enough that bigger bucks feel comfortable, and it's the only real spot we've seen big mature mule deer, and we've seen a handful of them. It's the same place I stalked that 2x3 and busted him. Yesterday morning we decided to just kind of go in there blind and sit in there and see if we could just get lucky, hunting spots that we see him cross in there. Troy had 2 bucks like 80 yards. We had those does come right up to us, but we never saw the big hammers. Came back here yesterday afternoon. Troy picked up a Y buck down there bedded. They took off after it. You guys saw in the last video they got close to that one by doing the old charge on it. Could never get a shot. Well, while they were doing that, I look over and see the ace buck, the 5x6 or 6x6 or whatever he is. Nice buck, heavy mass. And I watched him feed. They also saw that deer last night. He dropped out of the basin and then took the long way back to the road where I picked him up last night to avoid spooking him out. And we're hoping that we can pick him back up this morning. He does not, the first time we saw him, he came out in the open a little bit, but it's brushy over there. Yesterday he stood up out of some really thick stuff, so we need him to kind of go bed in an area or feed in an area where we can get in range basically. We're gonna hunt this deer until we blow it. Good chance he's in there this morning. Let me know when we find him. We're not really 100% sure, but we think the ace is up there, and then 100% sure. All right, 100% sure the ace is up there, and then another high, tight buck, medium size, and then maybe the satellite buck, and there's a doe up there too. We're probably gonna bed right where Troy and we've been sitting the last couple times, but we'll see what happens. Where's Big Boy's headed?
Big Boy's been in the brush for a while. I'm not sure where he got to. He's just kind of hanging out in the brush.
The bachelor group with Ace in it, they're still working to the right. These guys are tracking them. I went and just checked a bunch of these other basins quick. Saw some does and just happened to see a 4x4. Nice solid 4x4. He's actually in the basin right below camp that we glassed the first day, where me and Troy had a doe come up in bed. I really have a feeling he's going to lay up on the shaded side of that basin, so it's a good spot to go this afternoon and try to pick him up bedded, maybe put a stalk on. But so that's the update. There's a lot of deer out today. We had a deer out just right below us, jumped it. I didn't see what it was, but there's a lot of targets. We just gotta get in range somehow.
How's that half-eaten chocolate muffin looking that shot?
Decided to come over, see if we can't pick out the 4x4 bedded over here. We're gonna pop up probably right about 350 yards away if he's bedded there. And ideally, if he's bedded there, he's in a spot I can stalk him. But we'll find out. So we're gonna go over here, just about down to where we gotta peek over. Spend a little while trying to find him down there.
He's like straight across from us out towards the point, bedded in the shade. You see the camera, I'll zoom in on him. See him right in the middle. Platinum star. Nice job. Now I gotta shoot him to get a platinum star. You're at gold star today.
This is the game plan. Got the hill. Hill's right here. We're here. Me and Troy are gonna do this. Buck is right here. Troy is gonna go here. And I'm gonna come in straight on him. If I miss him, shoot him, whatever, scare him, good chance he comes to Troy.
Well, just seconds before Cole popped over the ridge to start stalking on that buck, got out of its bed and just hurried up and went right over top of this ridge onto the shady side of that ridge. Did you guys see him?
Nope.
Were you at the point, Troy?
No.
You should have been out at the point.
We never got there.
Did he get spooked or he just rebedded?
I think. I mean, he got up and like looked. He did look down the bottom, then he just kind of went over. Like if Troy would have been out the point, if you would have waited 10 minutes for Troy to get out to the point, and then
He would have winded us because the wind's coming straight
That's why I
over, so
stayed back.
we figured Troy would stay back. And then
was it coming straight up over? Like was it
coming
going?
straight over like this.
Oh.
So if we would have went past him, he would have smelled us.
Right.
I knew as soon as we saw the sun hit his butt over there. Bad news.
I mean, it was like
Troy.
seconds before you walked over the top, Cole.
He's probably a nice buck, ain't he?
It's really nice.
We're gonna go shoot a spike tonight.
Nah, maybe. Yeah.
If there's a deer in range, maybe not a doe, but come on, dude.
In the evening, though, be good to shoot a doe.
We can pack that sucker out in one
In
trip.
the morning, maybe not.
Oh,
In the evening would be bad.
let's regroup. I need hydration.
Yeah, we need shade and water.
We ended up going back to camp and taking a little snooze this afternoon. We're just starting to get a little bit worn out, but we're ready to hit it hard the rest of the day here. We just dropped Ike off, and I'm going with Troy tonight. And we're gonna head into the buck nest, buck bowl as we've been calling it. Me and Troy are gonna try to sneak in above where they're bedded. We're not gonna be able to see far, but hopefully we get lucky and he comes out. Close to us are another one of his cohorts within range. Ike's gonna go down into the cut in another spot that the deer like to frequent down in there. We're getting aggressive, getting in close. We're gonna see what happens. Should be interesting. You can see all this brush is just browsed right off, and we're kind of on the flat up above where they're bed, and they come up here in the evenings and at night and browse all this off. Almost, I mean, everyone's nibbled right down. Troy setting up right here, and we saw the deer come feed up here tonight. We can't see super far above us, but this is kind of really the only spot you can see down a little ways. Hopefully come down there 30, 40 yards, and Troy can just crouch up and slog one, so we'll see. I missed. Damn it. He wasn't really open. And then he took off and I kind of just instinctually. Oh. Might be another one. Troy ended up letting one fly at that buck as he was starting to trot off. We hiked up out of the mountain and talked about it a little bit, And Troy was ultimately kind of a little disappointed that he ended up pulling the trigger on that deer. It was a super tough shot. I'm not sure I could have made that shot either with just the brush and everything. Sometimes those situations are very tough. There's a lot of pressure. We were hunting for an entire week at that point, and sometimes your brain kind of wants to force shots that aren't there. That's what happened in this situation. He just took a couple hairs off of its butt, if anything. There was no blood to be seen. Nevertheless, we knew the end of our hunt is drawing near, and the pressure was on even more to try to find some sort of success on this trip. Stay tuned for our next and final video of this hunt.